Love isn't random, it's a mirror. Behind every deep attraction lies a hidden recognition, a psychological spark ignited by the parts of ourselves we've forgotten or never claimed. Through Carl Jung's lens, we begin to see love not as fate, but as a profound journey into the unconscious self. Why do certain individuals captivate us more deeply than others? We might think attraction springs from charisma, looks, or a magnetic personality, but Carl Jung, one of the 20th century's most profound explorers of the psyche, argued that love does not strike like random lightning. Instead, it is the culmination of forces shaped by our hidden needs and untold yearnings. When someone falls for you, they're not simply enchanted by your surface traits. They're responding to the echo of something deeper, an image or longing that resonates within their very soul. At the heart of Jung's perspective is the concept of projection. Each of us carries fragments of our own identity, traits we admire, qualities we suppress, or potentials we have yet to awaken, locked away beneath layers of conditioning and fear. These fragments linger in the unconscious until one day we glimpse them, reflected in another person. That fleeting sense of recognition, that surge of familiarity, is not empathy in action, it's our unconscious whispering. Here is what was missing in me. Here is a piece I must reclaim. When a reserved person meets someone effortlessly expressive, they're not merely attracted to audacity, they're drawn toward the liberation they secretly crave. But be wary, when love rests on projection alone, it teeters on illusion. The moment reality betrays the fantasy, the bond can wither under the weight of unmet expectations and shattered ideals. Jung insisted that there are only two profound reasons why one soul surrenders to another, and both spring from the same well: what you represent to someone's inner world. The first is basic. You embody something they lack. This is not just the cliche of opposite attracting, but a revelation of what is absent. A methodical thinker may find themselves spellbound by a spontaneous free spirit, convinced that in this other lies the wildness they cannot own. That enchantment, though vivifying, can swiftly devolve into dependency if the admirer fails to recognize that the quality they revere resides also in their own potential. They may cling to you, mistaking need for love, until the day your humanness pierces the mirage and leaves both hearts feeling hollow. The second reason arises from something more ancient: archetypal resonance. Jung described the anima and animus, those deep-seated unconscious images of the opposite gender formed through childhood experiences and collective symbols. Every man carries an image of the feminine, and every woman an image of the masculine, both colored by cultural myths and personal histories. When we encounter someone who embodies that archetype, whether through attitude, tone, or subtle mannerisms, an irresistible magnetism awakens. It feels as though we've known this person across lifetimes, as though destiny has conspired to reunite us with a lost part of ourselves. Yet this reunion is not cosmic fate, but the psyche's hidden blueprint manifesting through human encounter. In these relationships built on archetype and projection, love often explodes with the force of Elysian fire. First sight can feel eternal, tattooing itself upon the heart with promises of perfection. But humans are not mythic constructs. We are beautifully flawed, perpetually in flux, and incapable of sustaining another's projected ideal. When the real emerges, complete with contradictions, doubts, and shadows, the rapture can fragment into confusion and pain. The love that once felt sacred becomes charged with disappointment, for it was never founded on mutual discovery, but on an unconscious script replaying itself through two willing actors. And yet Jung did not regard these trials as failures. He perceived love as the grand instrument of individuation, the very catalyst that propels us toward wholeness. Each person we fall in love with serves as a mirror, revealing aspects of our being we cannot avoid, hidden strengths that beckon cultivation, repressed wounds demanding healing, dormant creativity pleading for expression. Whether the relationship endures or dissolves, its true gift lies in the transformation it ignites within us. Love, in Jung's eyes, is never wasted, even when it burns with heartbreak. This insight calls us to a radical awareness. The next time someone falls in love with you, pause and ask, what part of my soul have they awakened? Are you the beacon for a quality they have neglected, or the embodiment of an inner archetype longing for expression? By discerning the unseen architecture of attraction, you can transform your relationships into gateways of growth rather than prisons of expectation. So, Where does genuine, lasting love reside? It arises only when projection yields to presence, when someone sees you not as a canvas for their unconscious fantasies, but as the whole, unpredictable, evolving human being you are. This requires courage, the courage to reveal your imperfections, to shatter the illusions you once fueled, and to invite your partner into the raw, unfinished workshop of your becoming. In that vulnerability lies the promise of a love that does not consume, but liberates, that does not cling, but empowers. In practical terms, this means embracing dialogues that uncover needs rather than masks. Share the struggles you dread admitting. Acknowledge the facets of yourself you once relegated to darkness. When you hold space for authenticity, you invite your partner to do the same. The attraction shifts from the magnetic pull of missing pieces toward the co-creation of a shared journey, a partnership built on mutual awakening rather than silent projections. Of course, not every bond is destined for this depth. Some souls cross our path to ignite a fleeting spark, to teach a lesson, or to shatter illusions we cling to. These connections may leave scars, but each scar carries wisdom. We learn when to engage, when to release, and when to seek reflection instead of rescue. Jung called these synchronistic encounters meaningful coincidences orchestrated by the unconscious that signal thresholds of change. Honoring these moments means trusting that love's purpose transcends romance. It is an odyssey into the self. Ultimately, the deepest love evolves when two individuals mirror each other's emerging wholeness. They stand together, not as projections of youthful fantasies, nor as avatars of unmet needs, but as companions on a shared quest for individuation. In their union, there is space for divergence, for the dance of shadows and light, for the celebration of independence as well as interdependence. As you reflect on your own experiences with love, consider which of these forces shaped your bonds. Were you drawn to someone because they completed you, or because they compelled you to complete yourself? And when you have fallen in love, did you find a mirror or a muse? Through Jung's lens, love is never merely about the other person. It is always a journey back to the self. Embrace this revelation, and you may discover that the most profound affection blooms not in the fulfillment of fantasies, but in the courageous unveiling of your truest self. Love, when viewed through Jung's wisdom, becomes more than emotion, it becomes evolution. Each relationship, no matter how brief or intense, invites us to meet the undiscovered parts of ourselves. So, ask not just why someone loves you, but what in you they're seeking to reclaim. Reflect on your own attractions. What truths are they unveiling? Let every bond, past or present, become a catalyst for growth. Step beyond projection. Embrace presence. In doing so, you don't just deepen your relationships, you awaken the fullest version of yourself. Begin today by becoming curious. Where has love led you? And where is it asking you to go next? What do you think? Let us know in the comment section down below, and together, we'll explore the philosophies that don't just explain the world, but help you understand them. So make sure to subscribe for more content like this.